What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, karibu sana. My name is Doris, and for today I want to share with you some of the things that I do to keep afloat or stay on top of my kitchen duties. I shot these videos over a couple of days because right now things are a bit crazy with toddlers in the house, so you'll bear with me, but I hope you find something helpful. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. You can comment down below what you some of the things that you do, and you can as well subscribe to my channel. So without much further ado, let me share my series. I like to repurpose glass jars like this one instead of buying a new one, that is. So all I do is remove the paper, and it looks pretty decent once the paper is out, and I use this for juice. If I blend some mango juice, I like storing it in this, or tea, or some cereals like I'm doing here. I also like prepping all my cereals. Like, I buy them in batches of 1 kg, and then I just go ahead and sort them out, store them if I have to, so that when it's cooking time I don't have to think about them. I still had some beans to prepare, and these ones I wanted to cook the day after. So what I do for my beans and jahe is that I soak them in water the previous night, so that by morning they will have poofed, removed all those gases, rinse them out, and they are ready to cook on that day. This is how I put pumpkin in our stews. This is a way to hide veg into our stews because most of us don't like pumpkin. Just pull it out of the freezer and cook it. It's ready cooked, so it's good. For my flour package, I like to use it like a mat. Whenever I'm making mandazis or chapati, I use it as a placemat for my dough. That means it's less cleaning for me. And another way that I find it useful is just lighting the ordinary Jacob. I really like boiled maize, so whenever I have some left over, I like to eat them hot. So I add a little water into my plate with the maize and place this in a microwave. Put the timer on for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however hot I want it, and then I'll have myself a nice plate of some hot boiled maize all over again. Whenever I have an excess of raw peeled potatoes, I put this in the fridge with some water and slices of bread, and the potatoes remain fresh and they do not darken. Like, we were making some fries here the previous day and we still had an excess, so this is a really good trick. My cup here has seen better days, so it's a bit stained by coffee or tea. All I do is put a cup full of bleach into it. I saw this with my mom whenever we had some stained utensils at home, and then I'll fill this with water all the way to the brim and then let it sit for 2 hours. After that, I'll just pour out all this water into the sink and rinse and wash it as best as I can, spotless, I tell you. I like crocheting my washing dishcloths, so I know some people might have issues with yarn, but I'm pretty good with it and it works really well as well. Whenever I get veggies, and especially kienyeji, if I can't deal with them on the same day, just make sure that they are dry and place them in the fridge. The next day they are as fresh as they came, and yeah, there's green. All I do is sort this out, checking if there's any that was damaged, and yeah, the only one that I found, there are few like this ones. That is all I lost. Once I've sorted all my veggies and they're too much to consume on one day, all I do is clean everything up and cut it into bits, separate into 2 batches, and like here I've stored it in a plastic bag which once upon a time used to belong to a loaf of bread. So yeah, and put this in the freezer ready for the next meal. I pre-boil all my cereals whenever I can, as long as I have space in my freezer, and this makes it really easy for me to pull out a meal that I can whip up very fast. All I do is just use a masking tape and a Sharpie and write down all the labels so that I don't pick the wrong thing. It has happened before, by the way. So yeah, cover this and put them in the freezer ready for, the next meal. When I discovered how to use a bottle brush to clean a grater, this really saved my life, because these things are sharp and you can't get all those nooks and crannies in there. So I really love that a bottle brush can be used for this job, and the grater is spotless. Yes. So those are some of the things that I do in order to stay afloat or to keep sane in a busy household. I hope you found something that could be useful to you. If you did, you can give me a thumbs up. I will really appreciate it. Also subscribe to my channel. That helps me out as well. And what else can I say? Stay safe. Bisous. Bye.